This is lesson 3.5, part 1. We're going to be multiplying binomials today. So that's multiplying two polynomials that have two terms each. This is a new skill, and so I'm going to show it in multiple different methods, two different methods. One is called the area model or the box method that you can see here, and one is called the foiling method that you can see over here. Probably the box method is more visual, and I find a lot of students prefer this method at first, but it takes a lot of space and it's a little cumbersome. And so as you get comfortable doing these multiplications, you'll probably switch over to the FOIL method at some point. Okay, so let's practice multiplying a polynomial. So we're going to multiply two polynomials. The first one is x plus 11. So notice there's two terms. That's why we call it a binomial. And x plus 5. So we're going to put the two terms from the first polynomial just above the box right here. So we're going to put x here and 11. And then we're going to put the two terms from the second polynomial, x and positive 5, right here. Now what we're going to do in each box is just multiply the two terms that are on either side of that box. So for example, in this box here, we're going to multiply x and x to make x squared. Okay, so in this box here on the right, we're going to multiply 11 and x, so it'll make 11 times x. In this box down here, we're going to multiply 5 and x to make 5 times x. Now, typically when you're multiplying a number and a variable together, so a number and a letter, you would write the number in front and the letter second. That's just by convention. 5 times 11 is 55. Now the final answer is going to be all of these terms added together, except that these two terms here, we can see these are like terms. And so when we add those together, we can actually combine them. So 5x plus 11x is actually equal to 16x. So in our final answer, we're going to have x squared plus 16x from the combined terms plus 55. So this is called the expanded form. So this is a little bit of a callback to last lesson, but we learned that there's an expanded form for most polynomials and then a factored form. So we started with the factored form this time up here, and then we multiplied it out to get the expanded form. So next lesson, what we're going to be doing is going in the opposite direction. So last lesson we learned that factoring and expanding are opposites. So next lesson we're going to learn how to go from the expanded form back into the factored form. Okay, so that's the box method. So again, like I said, it's quite visual. The FOIL method is a little bit more efficient, and that's what I like about it. But for the first time, it might be, some of you may not prefer it for the first few questions. Okay, so the idea behind the FOIL method is you're going to take each term from the first bracket and make sure it gets multiplied with each term in the second bracket. Sometimes I like to call this the rainbow method because we're drawing these arches here. So x is going to get multiplied with x, and it's going to get multiplied with 5. So we're going to get two terms here. So x is going to get multiplied with x to make x squared, and x is going to get multiplied with 5 to make 5x. Now we're going to do the same thing with the number 11. I'll do it in blue. So the number 11 is going to get multiplied with x and with 5. So each term from the first bracket gets multiplied with each term from the second. So 11 times 5 is 55. Now look at both methods here and see what you notice. So the numbers or the terms that are in these boxes in the box method are the exact same as the terms we just have below here. So we'll get the same result in the end. And these two terms are like terms, and they combine to equal 16x again. So our final answer is going to be x squared plus 16x plus 55. So if you're wondering why this is called the FOIL method, it's because the letters F-O-I-L actually stand for which terms you're multiplying. So F stands for first, So you multiply the first two terms in each bracket, then the outside terms, then the inside terms, and then the last terms. So that's why it's called the FOIL method, but I like to just draw those rainbow arches, and that helps me visualize it a little bit better. Okay, let's practice one more time, this time with two binomials that involve a negative. One of the numbers is going to be negative. We'll do both methods again. Oh, sorry, I have some writing on here from before. I'll just erase it. There we go. Okay, so this time we're multiplying x minus 4 with x plus 2. So just like before, we're going to write the terms from the first polynomial up on the top of the box and the terms from the second polynomial on the side of the box, and then multiply each. So we'll have 4 results. So x times x is x squared. X times negative 4 is negative 4x. X times 2 is 2x. And 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. And again, these two are like terms, so we can combine them together. So negative 4x plus 2x is going to equal negative 2x. So our final answer will be x squared minus 2x minus 8. And again, just to go over the terms, this is called the expanded form. And it is equivalent to the factored form. It's just written in a different way. And next lesson, we're going to be going in the opposite direction, just to give you a little bit of a preview. Okay, and again, here's the FOIL method. I like to use my colors for this, just so you can see what gets multiplied. Actually, I don't like the blue. It doesn't show up that well. I'll start with yellow. So this first term, the x, gets multiplied with both terms in the second bracket. So we're going to get 2 different results. And then we're going to take this negative 4, and it's going to get multiplied with both terms in the second bracket, and we're going to get 2 results. Okay, so let's look at the yellow ones first. X times x is x squared. X times 2 is 2x. Negative 4 times x, now we're doing the pinks. Negative 4 times x is negative 4x. And negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. Finally, we just combine the like terms, which show up in the middle here. So we get negative 2x. And again, these should be the exact same 4 terms as you see in the 4 boxes over here in the box method. We should get the same result. 2x minus 8. And again, that's called the expanded form. And next class we're going to learn, or next lesson we'll learn how to go backwards from the expanded form into the factored form. Okay. As we get more comfortable, there's going to be 2 things. One thing is that I recommend that all students start using the FOIL method. For this lesson, it's fine if you use the box method because it is more visual. But start to get used to using the FOIL method, because we're going to add terms and start expanding larger expressions, and using the box method is no longer practical in those cases. And also because it's a little bit faster. So and you can start even mentally combining those like terms instead of writing them out too, if you're comfortable. Okay, so here it says expand using the FOIL method. So again, I'm going to show with my colors, and feel free to have your own colors if you have a highlighter or whatever, and use them to draw these little arches. So x gets multiplied with x and with positive 9 to get 2 results. And then the negative 3 multiplies with the x and then positive 9 to give 2 results. So let's do it. X times x is x squared. X times 9 is 9x, positive 9x. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x. And negative 3 times 9 is negative 27. Finally, we combine the like terms in the middle, and we get x squared plus 6x minus 27. And that is our expanded form. Remember, again, just reiterating that the original form is called factored form. Factoring and expanding or multiplying are the opposites of each other. And next day we're going to go in the opposite direction. Okay, the next one looks a little bit different. It says 7 minus x and then squared. So just a reminder, squared just means multiplied twice. So another way to write this would be 7 minus x times 7 minus x. So when you see a question like this, I would recommend to write it out, and then that way you can do your little visual FOIL method. So the 7s are going to get multiplied together, and then the x and the 7. And then same thing for the negative x is going to get multiplied to the 7 and to the negative x. Okay, let's draw our arrows. So 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times negative x is negative 7x. Negative x times 7 is negative 7x. And negative x times negative x, so two negatives in a row multiplied together make a positive, so we have positive x squared. Combine our like terms. Negative 7 minus 7 is negative 14. So our final answer is 49 minus 14x plus x squared. Okay, and that is the end of the lesson.